The new and improved Element Ballistics app allows you to add as many profiles as you want, but here's how it works. There are 4 main profile tabs that you can switch between quickly and easily, and you can open the profile graphs function to compare these 4 tabs together if you want to do so. But let's say you want to add more than 4 profiles. Well, there is a back-end database within the app that you can create as many profiles on as you want, and you can then pull those profiles up into one of these tabs whenever you want to view them. Here's how that works. There are 4 generic profiles in these tabs that we add just, as an example of what these profiles might look like. Profile 1 is a 308 Winchester. Profile 2 is a 223 Remington / 5.56 NATO. Profile 3 is a 22 long rifle, and profile 4 is an airgun. Assuming though that none of these default profiles perfectly match the rifles that you want to add, let's show you how to create a new profile. So let's say you have a 6.5 Creedmoor and you want to start entering information for your 6.5 Creedmoor. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the button on the far right of those profile tabs, and it says Add Profile. You click on that and you'll see sort of a default profile be created based on the tab that you were on. So there you can see it's got all that information from Profile 1 tab which we were on, but now we're going to create this profile from scratch. So first of all, I'm going to go profile name. I'm going to go 6.5 Creedmoor. That's the profile name done. And now the next thing we're going to want to do is to add bullet information. Now, as mentioned in a previous video, there are multiple ways to do this. We're going to, instead of manually entering all the information, we're going to go to the bullet database because there's a lot of information in the bullet database. So we're going to go bullet category, full bore bullets, bullet manufacturer. Let's say I'm shooting a 140 grain burger. I'm going to select burger. We're going to select the caliber, 6.5 millimeters. And then we're going to select, I'm just going to say the 140 grain target VLD. And we're going to go use selected bullet. There it brings up all the information about that bullet. You'll notice it says G1 as the ballistic profile. This is actually a custom drag model for this bullet, which we'll talk about a bit later, but essentially the ballistic profile for your custom drag models does not matter because it doesn't actually use any of them, so you can ignore it if it seems like that might be wrong, and I'll show you why in a moment. But as you can see there, we've got the BC, bullet weight, caliber, and the bullet length. And the bullet length is important because it forms part of the calculations for other things. I'm going to say update, and that's your bullet information there. And you can see over there it says BC 0.3042 custom. So it's not actually using any of those drag profiles. It's a custom drag model for that bullet. Now, not all of the bullets in our database have custom drag functions. Some of them just have a single BC in a G7, G1, RF4, or GA drag profile. Some of them have multi-BCs, for example, 3 ballistic coefficients, and some of them, over 500 of them to be exact, have these custom drag functions. But I will say that if there is a custom drag model available for your bullet, it's probably going to be better to select it from the database and use that custom drag model than to just, for example, enter the BC that's on the manufacturer's website or on the box, because the custom drag model is Doppler verified and it's over, the entire velocity range of that bullet's use. So it's going to be more precise than having a single BC, which essentially tries to match your bullet's drag function to the standard G7 or G1, for example, projectiles drag curve. We'll talk about that another time, but the custom BC or the custom drag model function is one of the best things about our app. Of course, bullet data is only one consideration when creating a profile, so we're going to move on to rifle data, which is the next section over there. The first item on your screen there, BDC reticle step, you can basically ignore this for creating a profile for most traditional rifles and scopes, because that is only needed if you have an Element Hyper 7 scope, one of our smart scopes that can create custom BDC reticles. So we're going to ignore that for now. Muzzle velocity, the velocity that the bullet leaves the muzzle at, that's pretty straightforward. The sight height, that's the height from the center of your bore to the center of your rifle scope. And then the zero range. What is the distance you're zeroing at? I'm going to change this to 100 meters. There you go. Rifling twist, that's the twist rate of your barrel. So barrel twist rate in inches, I'm going to say, 1 in 7.5. And then a right-hand twist. Most rifles are right-hand twists. There are some that are left-hand twists, but your rifle manufacturer should give you that information as well. Twist rate is important to get right because it forms part of the calculations for things like spin drift and aerodynamic jump. I'm going to say update. And lastly, zeroing weather. What are the conditions like when you zeroed your rifle? This is different from the current weather tab that's right at the top of the app. This needs to be filled in every time you zero your rifle. There are a number of ways to get this information. You can manually get it off, let's say, a Kestrel or any other weather meter, and you can fill in the data. I found it pretty accurate to just say get from internet. This uses your phone's location and obtains a weather report online for your location, so we can do that. And if you want to take it one step further, you can say read barometer. That actually measures the pressure at your location from your phone's barometer and updates it in the app. And we found that that generally gives you a more precise pressure reading than the internet service, because the internet service doesn't necessarily know your exact altitude. This does make a difference, and reading your barometer at your location is great. Then you can hit update and you're good to go. We can now go save and create profile. And if you want that profile in, for example, your profile 1 tab, all you would do is go to the profile name in the profile 1 tab, which currently says 308 Win. That's our default profile, remember. We're going to hit that drop down arrow. We're going to say 6.5 Creedmoor, and there you go. There's your information from the profile you just created in tab number 1. If you now want to delete a profile that you don't need anymore, that's pretty straightforward. You just go to the same drop down menu where your profile name is. There's one there that I created called new profile that I don't want. You can hold it in, and that opens up a question that says, are you sure you want to delete new profile? I'm going to say delete. Now that one is gone. Now that you know how to do that, you can go ahead and add all the profiles you want for all your different rifles or different loads. And later on in the series, we'll run through how to actually use that profile data to obtain a firing solution and show you all the various ways of viewing your firing solution.